Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Game Cave. I do want to say that there is no face cam this time around, for this episode at least, just because I just kind of wanted this to be a little bit more of a, something where, you weren't focusing on my face, but the drawings that I was making. So, yeah, I thought I would try without face cam today, just to see. The other thing is I couldn't really get the framing very good. So, there's another reason. But, everyone welcome. Let me know if the music is too loud. I can turn it down if it's blocking out my voice too much. I did do a test, and I saw that this was a pretty good volume to have music at, but if it's too loud, just let me know. Hey, Ferns! How have you been, man? It's been a while since I've seen you. I've been doing really well. How about you? Do you have off today, Ferns? Okay. So, how about we get started? Let's get started with the beginning, I guess. January. In January, I was leading, I was the director of Aladdin, the musical. So how about to commemorate that, we draw the lamp from Aladdin. Oh, and if you can't tell, I figured out a way to make this switch so that it's actually my left hand that's drawing. So, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. That's a lot of fun, Ferns. Glad to hear that you had the day off today, and that you are enjoying bringing in the new year with family and friends, I hope. Thank you for stopping by. You didn't really have to make this a part of your New Year's routine, but I just thought I would, make a stream, kind of just remembering this past year, because this definitely was a marker year for Game Cave, and for me in general. It was kind of like an odd year that had its ups and downs, but yeah, so basically I was directing Aladdin Jr. at a local middle school of mine. First time taking on the director role, and it was a pretty big step. I had a lot of fun, but I realized just how stressful being a director could be. I think that's kind of, what I wanted out of it. I kind of wanted to learn just how stressful something like that could be. So it was good. It was a good experience for that reason. I just realized how stressful directing something like that is. So that's good. Sorry, this is not scripted, so I'm kind of just rambling. So please stick with me here. So yes, I directed Aladdin at a local middle school, and it went really well. After that, I can't believe it's all been in this year that I did that. It's incredible to think about. Just how incredible that feels. That's a really sucky looking lamp, but whatever. So yes, that was one of the things I did this year. The very beginning of this year. It ended this year. So I began it in 2016. Practices and stuff like that. And the actual musical happened at the very beginning in February of this year. So into January, going into February, I did that. And it was weird because actually during that time, middle school kids mustn't have been easy. True, they weren't, definitely. Has the chat box been working on the stream? But anyways, it was weird because it was kind of a odd time for Game Cave. It was hard for Allie and I to get together and record, and it was difficult, you know, for that reason. It was just, I was very, very busy with that, and Allie had her own things going on days that I was available. So honestly, it was very difficult for us to hang out together and record. And we actually discussed ending Game Cave, but it just came to a point that we decided to stay with it, mainly because I had finished up the musical. We met only like a week after the musical ended again, and started doing more recordings. But you know, life gets busy, I have work and all that stuff. So it wasn't very often that we could get together. As time went on, as the months got further in, we realized that we just didn't have nearly as much time as we thought we would. So it was just hard. I started doing recordings with my brother Danny instead, just because Allie was just so busy at the times that I was free, and I was busy at the time she was free. So Danny was available, so I'd record with Danny, and that's really how Game Cave Spelunking started, and how we started up both the Wild Challenge and all sorts of other fun stuff with Danny. I need to turn down the music in my headphones a little bit. It's a little distracting. But, yeah. So, honestly, like, if we didn't pick this up, then Game Cave wouldn't exist, and most of the people that are here right now, you know, subscribe to us and continue to watch our streams, like the Sonic Raven, and Moss, and Ferns, and Larry Dorr, Jerry Boring. None of you guys were subscribed at the time that we were thinking that we would end it. Mainly, the other reason that we thought we would end it was because we only had about 30 subscribers, and we thought we would never grow past that number. So it was kind of difficult to ever think that this would be worth anything. Like, doing this would be worth anything. But as we went on, we continued to do it. And we picked up some new fans. And before we knew it, we had broken 50 subscribers. And before I even had the chance to make a 50 subscriber special video, we had already reached 100. So it was kind of like, Happy New Year, JSW, how are you? Go check out JSW's channel if you haven't already. He's a really cool guy. I feel popular. Yeah, so, I don't know, it's just Happy New Year to you. Yes. Alright, so, yeah, it's weird to think that if we didn't decide to continue doing this, then we wouldn't be here right now. You know, none of us would be here right now. Anyone out there who's watching this stream wouldn't be here right now. This stream probably wouldn't even have happened. But, you know, that's just the power of determination and the willingness to continue. And so we did, and it picked up. We got more subscribers, we got more views, we did more videos, and we couldn't be happier with the way our channel is going right now. Just so many viewers and so many people enjoying our content, and we have fun and we make jokes, and We got a bunch of inside jokes as well, and all sorts of great stuff that just makes me happy that we decided to continue, even when times looked tough, you know? It was around this. I'm gonna get a little personal here, so I hope you guys don't mind me getting personal, but around my birthday in April, I started feeling very, I don't know, depressed, I guess you could say, and anxious, and I really didn't know why I was feeling that way. It was around May, April and May, that I felt like that. And I had quit my job because I felt so depressed, and I tried to go back, and after going to things like group therapy and stuff, I just, you know, I thought it would help, but it didn't. And what really has been helping me through a lot of these times is you guys coming to see. I'm not saying that this is an excuse or this is some kind of I'm not saying that this is some kind of problem that I have. I can't get over my anxiety because I'm using the show as like an escape from my problems, but I have been going to therapy and I've been trying to work through that kind of stuff, and that's been helping along with this as well. So it's just all been great, I guess you could say. You as in Ferns and maybe JSW, because it says only one person is watching right now, so yeah. Thank you for that. So I don't know, this was kind of a weird stream. But I just thought I'd say that part about me feeling depressed because it is relevant to the story of what happened this year. I told Allie about it and she understood that that's how I was feeling, and my brother understood and all of that, and Tyler. But we continued on, we continued to do videos, and it felt better to do them. I love video editing, and I love being able to create content, whether it is garbage or whether it's good or bad or whatever, but it just feels good, you know, it feels relaxing. Like some people might, I don't know, they might read a book, or go on a walk, or do some exercise, or draw a picture, or something like that. But for me, video editing is one of the biggest stress relievers that I have found in my life. It just feels good to make something and show it, you know, put it on YouTube and stuff like that for people to see. You know, it's very interesting and all that. I don't know. But yeah, it's just kind of, I continue to go to group therapy and one-on-one therapy and stuff like that, and that really helped. It helped to have Allie with me and my brother. So yeah, it's just been a very big year for Game Cave, because at first, at the beginning of the year, we were like, we're getting nowhere, you know, like we're not growing, we're not moving forward. And I think it was Memorial Day weekend, in the end of the summer. I think that's Memorial Day weekend, where we broke 40 subscribers, and I was like, wow, we're actually like getting somewhere. And then eventually we broke 50, and then we broke 100, and now we're at 130 something. And it's just like, it's amazing to think, because I never thought that we would make it this far, but we did. And we started to do things like streams to change up our routine, and it made it easier on me and Allie. If we were just gonna hang out to do a 2-hour session anyway, or 2 or 4 hour session, to hang out and just get it all done with, and have the ability to communicate with everyone on the channel. So I don't know, it was interesting, to say the least, to start streaming, because I was always like, oh, streaming is so difficult, you know, it's gonna be like hard to do that, you know, because of this and that reason. But when I actually got started, it was like, you know, it became a lot easier to me, and became like second nature, and now I love doing it, you know. And it's just like, why wasn't I streaming? Like, why weren't we streaming like a year ago on this show? It's just weird to think about how much time has passed since we began, and where we've come, and how far we've gone since the show has started. And it's great, and we appreciate every single one of you so much for everything. The subscriptions, the likes, the nice comments, and the positivity on our stuff, because I know that you don't have to be, you know. I'm sure there are definitely things we've said on the show where you're like, that's not very funny, or that's not very relatable, you know. And it's just kind of like, it's just, you know, I don't know. But it's just great to see that we've built such a community of people that are willing to view our stuff, and, you know, hang out with us on streams, and just have a great time with us, you know. So yeah, we never thought we would get to this point. We never thought we would have more than 100 subscribers. We never thought that we would be live streaming, you know, so often. We never thought we would form such a great community of people that are so dedicated to watching our stuff that we have gained thousands of views within the past few months, and it's just great. It's great to see. It's great to hear from you guys, and get feedback, and get all sorts of stuff from you guys, and just have fun, and do streams, and do funny Michael, Batman videos. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. Michael, Batman came out of nowhere. It was when vlogs were the most popular thing on YouTube, and I just didn't like vlogs that much, you know. I just thought they were kind of like weird, and kind of just like a way for people to put in 10-minute long videos that gets thousands of views, so that they can get lots of ad revenue money. And I just thought it was just a weird trend. So I decided to make a vlog parody, and that's when Michael, Batman was born. Me and my brother, we just grabbed our old video camera, and we were just like, I guess we're gonna do this. So I came up with a character on the spot, and I just, you know, it was just kind of like a random thing that we started, and it's become kind of like a trend on our channel. and that's great because I love doing that. I love doing live action stuff for you guys, and I love playing video games and changing things up every once in a while to do streams like this, you know, where I just sit around and draw. You know, I didn't think I'd be doing that a year ago. I didn't think I'd be sitting here drawing for you, explaining how my year has gone. But the other reason that Allie and I haven't been hanging out with each other recently is because I started up doing the middle school musical again this year, and this year I'm doing the Sound of Music. And so it's pretty much the same situation we were in last year. I just don't have much free time, and when I do, it's when she's not free. We're definitely going to hang out tomorrow, so it's not like, you know, we're never going to hang out again, and we're looking forward to playing games like Doki Doki, and looking forward to doing drawing streams together where we can compare drawings, or people can request who wants to draw what, stuff like that, and it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to 2018 being a big year for Game Cave in general. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and I can see it working out really well. I'm not gonna be all prideful or anything like that, but I think we can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this coming year. Just the way our channel has been growing recently, I can honestly see it being the case. It's just we've come so far that it's kind of just like, you know, it's definitely a possibility for our channel to hit 1,000 subscribers soon. I mean, not like soon, but eventually, you know, we'll hit 1,000. I'm not saying it has to happen tomorrow or anything like that, but I just have a feeling deep inside that we're definitely going to hit 1,000 before the end of 2018, so I don't know. It's just kind of how I feel, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine, Tyler. I didn't, you know, Allie told me you were interested in doing one, so, whenever, man. I don't know what we'll be doing tomorrow. If we'll be playing, Doki Doki, or if we'll be, doing a drawing stream, but who knows? Who knows? We will continue to grow. Yes, hopefully. Hopefully we will continue to grow. Yeah, but it started out with me and Allie, you know, we met in college, and I was like, oh, I started a YouTube channel with my brother, and then that YouTube channel kind of died out, and she was really into video games, so I was kind of like, you just want to take over, because I have all this free time and my brother doesn't. And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? So we started hanging out. I went to her place sometimes, she went to my place sometimes. My place a little more often, but, you know, that's because, I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses of why we went to my place so often, but, I don't know. Oh, and another thing that happened is that I completely forgot was that we moved. Well, my family moved. I'm living currently with my father, my brothers, and my little sister, and we had lived at this one house for pretty much my entire life, and we moved this year, and you know, at first it was kind of weird, but I got used to it. I started living in the basement, and I kind of made that the Game Cave recording headquarters. You know, it was kind of like, it was a basement, so it was nice and secluded from everything else in the house, and it was kind of just like, it was nice and cool, unlike where we used to record, which was the attic of my house. And in the attic of my house, it was blistering hot, especially in the summer. I mean, in the winter it was nice and cold, and nice and cool. But it was an improvement. Definitely an improvement to move from an attic to a basement. And anyways, living in a basement, it's kind of more like a cave anyway, so it kind of works on 2 levels. So yeah. And then, I can't remember exactly when Tyler started. I don't think he ever had plans of being a part of Game Cave, but I was actually the one who was like, Tyler, you should come on and say something. And Allie was like, oh, he doesn't want to talk on the show, and it's like, that's a shame, but then he ended up, you know, coming on for something. I can't remember if it was Billy Hatcher, or if it was Mario Maker, or whatever, but he came on for something, and it turned out just exactly like I thought. You know, he was fun and entertaining to the peeps, and then Danny started joining in on videos of ours as well every once in a while. So yeah, it was just it's just been one crazy year for Game Cave, and I don't know. Hey, Levis, what's up? Sorry I'm late. It's okay, Larry Door, don't worry about it. Carnival Mini Golf, that's what it was. That's what it was with Tyler. So yeah, it's just been a very interesting year for Game Cave. That's for sure. A lot has happened to both me and to Allie and Tyler and to Danny. We've grown so much, not just the channel, but ourselves have just come from being people recording in front of a microphone to people who actually have like a fan base following them. And I mean, I know we're not any channel that's huge. We don't have a bazillion subscribers or anything like that, but I'm proud of the 130 some that we have at the moment. You know, I'm not saying that I crave more attention, but it is nice, because honestly, like, breaking 100 was kind of like just a fantasy of, that's not Gave Cave. I spelled Gave instead of game. I'm sure all of you caught that before I did. But yeah, I don't know. Again, this is not scripted, so it's not like I have this written down exactly what I want to say, but it's just kind of like I'm exporting a video. I just edited. It's 4K HD, 60 frames per second. Wow, that's cool. Don't you mean Dave Cave? Yeah, I mean, Dave Cave works, but I always kind of had hopes and dreams of becoming so big that we would do things that the big game, the big Let's Players do on YouTube, and they have like live shows and all sorts of other stuff, but you know, if that never happens, it never happens. It's kind of just like a fantasy at the moment, you know, instead of like something that could actually become reality. But yeah, it's just it's just hard to believe that at the beginning of this year we had less than 30 subscribers, and now we have 100 more. So I just want to say thank you. I'm pretty sure I've already said thank you like about a dozen times in the run of this video, but it really does. You don't know how much it means to me and how much it means to Allie and Tyler and Danny. We've just come so far as a channel, and it's I don't even know what to say. It's just unbelievable, I guess, is what I the thought that's coming into my mind is that it's just unbelievable that we have come this far as a channel, and we honestly didn't expect to at the end of January when we were thinking about stopping doing Game Cave. Little did we know how much we would grow within less than a year. So it's interesting to think about. Change of scenery from moving, and Allie and Tyler also moved as well. I forgot to say that. I forgot to say that Allie and Tyler also moved. We are here for you, Mike. You'll get there. Allie and Tyler moved as well into their own apartment together. They used to be living with Tyler's mom for a little bit in Philadelphia. I won't say exactly where because I don't want anyone but everyone knows by now that we live in Pennsylvania. So, and if I say, you know, they lived in the city, you'd be like, do you mean Philly? Because you already know that we live in Pennsylvania. So, well, at least some people probably do. I don't know if everyone knew that, but ooh, the quality is low. I've been subscribed for 4 or 5 months. Dang, I didn't know it's been that long. Yeah, right? Imagine having this channel for almost 2 years now. It's incredible to think where we began, and how far we've come along since then. So yeah, thank you for everyone who has subscribed, because honestly, like, you know, I mean, there are other ways of showing that you're interested in the channel other than just subscribing. I know that subscribing is like, can be considered a big deal to some people. I know that when I started YouTube, I was like, I'm only gonna subscribe to the people I absolutely love, and some people it's just like, you're cool, I'll give you a subscription, you know? And that's kind of how I am now. So, I don't know. But, you know, and I also did a bunch of videos over the summer after I quit my job to kind of, you know, pass the time, I guess you could say. And I made the Michael, Batman video, the first one, that is. And I made a Breath of the Wild theory video because Breath of the Wild had just come out recently, and everyone was speculating about where it belonged on the timeline and whatnot, especially since it was kind of, you know, like, if you haven't played it yet already, you know, you're kind of out of the loop. And so I kind of jumped on that bandwagon and I made a theory video, and that's how I met people like Larry Door. And then I was planning on making a video where you go and get star fragments that land, and if you change the night cycle to another night, then it will still be there. I figured that out, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a video on this. And then I looked it up just so I could see if anyone else had made a video on the only one who had made a video on it at the time was Hyrule Dude. So I looked at his video to see if it was exactly what I was planning on doing, and it pretty much was. So I was like, oh darn. So I commented and I was like, oh man, I was planning on making this video too, you know? And at that time he had almost 10,000 almost 10,000 subscribers. So it was kind of like, you know, he was definitely past the point of, like, of being a small channel. So he probably had a lot of name recognition, especially in the Breath of the Wild community. So I commented, didn't expect him to respond, but he did, like, almost immediately, and he was like, that's okay, man, you should make the video anyway, you know, we're all just doing it our own way, and I'm sure you'll do it differently than how I did. You'll do it your own special way. And I was like, thanks. So I made the video, and I mentioned him in it, and I gave him a shout out for giving me the courage to be able to make it. And I told him that it was up, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is great, you know, you're funny and you have a knack for editing. And so yeah, he and I became good YouTube buddies after that. And you know, that's good because he just seems like a nice guy, you know, and he just seems like someone who I could get along with in real life. You know, if I ever met him in real life, I would be like, yeah, Hyrule Dude and I, you know, good friends. But yeah, it was weird to see someone who had so many more subscribers than I could ever hope of having, responding to my comment on his video, and then, you know, commenting on my own video and being like, oh dude, like, this is awesome. You know, it was just an odd situation that I never expected. So yeah, that's that story of how I met Hyrule Dude and how we became acquainted. So yeah, that happened this year, and Breath of the Wild came out this year, and I did a lot of stuff with that, like the Bow of the Wild challenge, which a lot of people found and actually subscribed to us because of. And then we started doing live streams with me and Allie and me and Danny and Tyler, and it boosted our viewership, it boosted our subscribers. And honestly, I never expected it to be that way. I just kind of thought, you know, what's up, Gengar guy? How are you? How are you doing? I'm just kind of rambling, so this isn't like a your stereotypical stream video. I'm just kind of saying whatever I want to, and, you know, being honest and true to myself. So yeah, it honestly means a lot how far we've come, how much we've grown, all that good stuff. And I'm just kind of, I don't know what else to say, you know? I'm looking forward to 2018. I'm looking forward to 2018 Game Cave and seeing what we get out there video-wise, and what we do, and how many more Michael Kama Batman videos we make, and, you know, what we do on live stream, and how Doki Doki will go. Doki Doki is something I'm definitely looking forward to in 2018. It's gonna be a good time for me and Allie and Tyler and Danny, if Danny wants to join in, Tyler wants to join in. Maybe even my little brother will join in. He seemed interested, so you never know. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Taking off my headphones, because the music is making me sad. I don't know if it's making any of you guys sad, but it's making me sad. I just can't believe 2018 is coming to an end. For where I am right now, it's coming to an end in 3 hours, give or take a few minutes. So, it's, I don't know. So there was me doing the musical, and Allie and I thinking that Game Cave might not work out near the end of the musical because of how busy we've been. Then we were inspired. We stepped back into it. We continued going. Music is kind of making me sad. We kept going. We kept doing videos and releasing videos, and you know, I started going through a depressed and anxious state for a few months, and my job wasn't helping. My lack of going to school wasn't helping. I wasn't going to school at the time, and it wasn't helping that I felt kind of like a failure because I didn't have a very good job, and I didn't have I didn't have a very good job. It wasn't like the people that I was working with were bad. The people that I was working with were great, and the customers were great. It was just something about it felt off, and something about it felt bad. And so I don't know, it was just a bad situation for me. And I know we shall thrive. We will. But it was genuinely something that Allie and I had talked about. You know, we talked about stopping Game Cave almost a year ago. And if we did, we probably never would have met people like Ferns, Gengar Guy, Larry Door, Sonic Raven, Levis, Moss, you know, Jerry Boring. So many others that names are escaping me, but it's just, it just means a lot, is what I'm trying to say. Everything about this year has just been so great. It's just been so wonderful that I couldn't have seen it going any other way. I did a video on Austin John a few months ago about how he was talking about the Hylian shield not being in the store anymore after the 3.3 update, 1.3.3 update. And that got a lot of views because I called him out for it because he was wrong about it. And so many people had subscribed because of that. And so many people realized that I had a lot of potential as a YouTuber and that we, Allie, Dan, Tyler, all of us had a lot of potential. And so people subscribed and they liked and they commented. I met the Sonic Raven because of that video. And honestly, I can't remember where Ferns came from. I think you just watched one of our streams and thought that you enjoyed it, I guess. And Gengar Guy I met because of Hyrule Dude and Relia. And Jerry Boring also just came onto one of our streams sometime. And Larry Door I met because of Hyrule Dude. I think, if I'm wrong, I might. No, yeah, I met Larry because of Hyrule Dude. So I had so many ideas for videos that I just didn't like they felt like good ideas, and then I started making them and I decided to just not make them because, you know, they didn't live up to my potential. Hello? Hello. Sorry, my dad just came down. Huh? Did something happen to the internet? Oh, okay. Good. That would not be good. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very happy with how this year went, and I'm looking forward to next year. I guess I've said that about 100 times now. And there's really nothing else to say. So, I guess I'll end this here, but thank you everyone for stopping by. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Discord, check out the Twitter. I'm thinking of making a Facebook page, but I'm honestly not sure if I should or not. Does anyone use Facebook anymore? I don't know, but anyways, thank you everyone for stopping by today. I hope that you have a great rest of 2017, however much longer it lasts for you. For me, it's about 3 hours. And here's to the new year. Here is to 2018. Raise your glasses if you have glasses. Looking forward to another year of Game Cave, and looking forward to growing larger and becoming even better than we were in 2016. I hope everyone has a great night and a great rest of the year. Happy New Year, everyone.